So, where can we put this? Maybe I'll do something like this. Lovely.
Okay.
All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, what's up, everybody? So, today, it's Sunday, so I'm just trying to take the day off and just hang out. But I cleaned up around the vanity from last night, got everything sanded down, and realized I really just don't want to tackle it today. But it's cleaned up and prepped, and I have all the tools I need for tomorrow ready to go. My daughter was outside hacking away at a tool, plugging away at building her little fort, and I went out to check it out. She's really proud of it, so I went out and checked it out with her, and she was having trouble with a couple boards, and I said, hey, let's make our own stool. So we just went through my scrap bucket, all my totes, and yeah, we're gonna make a stool real quick. So here we go. So it's kind of a mossy area, so I'm making it a little higher, you know. Well, not really. It's not really high, but it was higher than what she had originally. And where this is all scraps, it'll work out great. So right now, baby, we're just gonna build a box,
Yes.
right? And okay, these are the long points, right? So actually, we have to kind of build it upside down.
Yes.
So it's just gonna set like this, and then we'll flip it. All right.
And then we'll put the top on.
I like building on my. I put all my bows towards the interior here. So this is what you do. This is technically all upside down right now. Okay. So I'm gonna put my framing square in there. And it's gonna be nice and tight, and then this one's tight. So we're just gonna do two at a time. All right. That's a Phillips head, baby. You need the other drill that has the red bit. There's another drill in there. It's got a red bit on it. Like and subscribe, guys. Hopefully you're going to teach her how to use a drill today. That'll be really cool.
Well, I know how to use a drill.
Well, I'll teach you different types of screws, do different jobs.
Yeah.
Right? So those are framing screws. These are just extras, you know. I buy a lot of bulk inventory so I can get my material for cheaper. And so right here, you're gonna want to put at least 2 screws in this, right? You don't want to split the wood.
Yeah.
And you don't also, if you go straight in on this grain, it's really not gonna grab anything, okay? You really want the screw to cross the grains so that it's grabbing each grain as it goes and holds. But if you just slide it down in between 2 grains, it'll just kind of get there and spin out all the chunks. So what we're looking for here, we want to go nice tight against the framing square so we know we're square, right? And I need you to hold these two straight down, yep, and nice and tight together, right? Yep. Nope, you don't want to pull against that square. So you're just gonna hold down and like with your hands, right? You got it. You might want to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, stand right over here. There you go. Yep. Sorry about that. Make it clap real quick. What? Yes. PB. Subscribe. That's the thing with the politics nowadays. Everybody wants to collude everything all together. It's like, dude, if you believe in one thing, that doesn't mean that you have to believe in everything else that the people are standing for. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the Democratic Party has lost all over the country. That's why the country's red, because they think that if they believe in one thing, then they have to be in the group with all the rest. It's like, dude, you don't have to lose your soul just because you believe in one of their many different minority group problems that they've created around the world that doesn't even need to be a problem. Just keep it traditional. You know, love yourself, love your God, love your family, be a good person, work hard, you'll be okay. Yes, Jesus loves all of us. Yeah, you can't mix. Just because you believe that, Jews should be protected or Palestine shouldn't be bombed, that doesn't mean that you should believe in transgender. You don't have to go with every single one of their other arguments. But that's what's making them lose right now, because it's showing that they're emotionally unstable and they're making irrational decisions just to try to win, and it's not helping their cause at all. Oh, and by the way, we have to kill babies too, because that's really important. We just must stop humanity. If we don't want to be responsible for babies, right? Come on, man. Everyone was a baby at some point. It's like, have a little bit of integrity, I love this one. Stop carbon fuels, and then they'll burn down plastic and all kinds of other crazily hazardous chemicals that literally melt our ozone layer. They say, hell no, billionaire, we want clean air. Clean air as they burn a Tesla automobile building down with Teslas that don't use carbon fuels. Like their own rhetoric, it goes against their own rhetoric. Now, that doesn't mean that I believe in every single thing of the other side. That doesn't mean that I disagree with every single thing on the other side of that. You see? So we're going to keep this nice and tight, nice and square, bring it in tight, make sure it's nice. Finger flush. And you see how I gave it a little angle there? So I'm going to drive it in like that. Now I'm going to give it a little bit more of an angle. See that? So I kind of went to the right. I drilled the screw really on the edge of this. I went in almost straight, but not really. I started a hole because these screws have a little drill bit at the beginning. You see that little slice right there? That helps drill the wood, and it pushes the sawdust backwards as it goes. So it doesn't get all tight and bound up. Right? Keep more pressure on there. I'm going to do it again. Now see, I'm really on the edge of this board, but I'm giving it a little lean, like 10 degree, 20 degree top. Go in the full thickness of this board. I just drilled a hole, right? A relief cut, basically. Now I'm gonna come back out.
Give it more of an angle.
I actually had it. I should have just left it. Now I drive until it stops. I don't want to strip it.
Yeah.
You know, you want to go 1/4 inch deep. Make sure, because look, this is that big. Now you want the shaft of this to be holding this wood with the head in it, and then all of the threads you want in the other wood.
Yes.
If you go too deep, you're not really holding this wood at all. If you don't go enough, you're not screwing into this wood at all. That's why they have an axle with an irreversible thread reverse thing here, and then they have 3/4 of it is thread, and the beginning is a big drill bit. This is probably it's ceramic coated. They're strong as hell. Their tensile strength isn't that great. They'll snap in half, whereas an old galvanized steel will bend and bend and bend and bend before it snaps. These will just snap in half, but it's so hard to cut them. All right, 2 is good. So now we're gonna flip it. Yep, and get me the other one. Yep. We're gonna set that against the square. Bring that into the square. Yep.
Perfect.
Make sure it's finger flush. Yep. Up into the square. Up into the square. Up into the square. Lovely. Yep. And then it's got a roll to it. See this rolled edge? So we just want to kind of bring it back a little. Yep. Now hold that right there and hold this board as well. So I'm going to start it, and I'm going to put one like right here, and then I'll put one like right here.
Okay.
Right?
So it's like
Now I'm going to go to about the edge of this board that I'm screwing into, but I'm going on an angle so it grabs all these different fibers. If I go straight in, it's only going to grab between 2 fibers, and it's going to strip itself out. It won't be as strong. Hold firm. Yep. See how that sucked it right in? That's it. Okay, same thing. There you go. Now these screws are so good, I could just keep going as long as this shaft is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that we've got good structure, I'm gonna allow you to do the screwing.
Okay.
All right. So, just stand right up there, it's fine. Okay. Now we're gonna make sure this board stays nice and square on us.
Okay.
For us. We don't want it to go crooked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right there. You're just gonna worry about this one angle right now.
Okay.
All right?
So.
Here, I'll give you an X. You'll put one right there, and then one right there. So X marks the spot, and you're gonna go in at an angle like that. But you gotta get your drill in your hand. Yep. Here, down to the camera. Yep, we're gonna get it nice and square. Go ahead, drive that thing. Yep, just like that. A little less of an angle, right there. Yep, go. Push hard. Oh, stop. We lost it.
Yep.
You want to go small clutch as you push forward. But with a drill, you really got to push really, really hard. Okay. Yep. One more. Yep. Little more. Yep. That's it.
There we go.
Perfect. Little more, actually. You'll feel it when it sinks in. Yep. You know what? More. Yep. That's it. I felt it. It sucked it right in tight. Okay. Now this time, don't do the small things all the way. You're just gonna do that to get it started. Grrr, 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 and you'll feel it suck it in, and you'll feel the thing stop. And as soon as it stops, you want to let off that trigger because all you're gonna do is strip the wood out if you keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. And here we go.
Right.
Yep. Right there. Yep. And give it about like that. Go. Right there. You see? Did you see it? How it stopped? You saw the wood stop moving? And you're like, oh, perfect, done. So as soon as you see that wood stop going in, you let it go in maybe a couple more turns as you let go. All right, same thing over here. So we're gonna go about right there and about right there. Now remember, this is upside down at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Nice and level. Yep, just like that. Go. 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 All the way. Yep. Good job. Shoot, it kicked out. Pull that out of there. Hit reverse. Stop. You got to make sure you're clicking into the screw first. Do a little tiny bit. Yeah, go. All right, now you're going to do the top one next. Yeah, I didn't hold it in all the way for you. It was my fault. Go ahead. Gotta go slow. Small clicks with pressure. Small clicks with pressure.
Oh my gosh.
Just to get it started.
Yeah.
Take your time. You gotta hold the screw. All together, yep. Yep.
It's not going in.
Because you're not trying hard. Push. You're in reverse, Dallin.
Oh.
Go ahead. Hold. Go. Beautiful. Now, come up just a hair higher. Now, you could probably go. Just go straight in, kind of, yeah. Go ahead. Go. Go. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful.
Okay.
Now, with a nice
Foundation.
square stool, right?
Yep. Now we're gonna
And now we're going to strengthen it up
with the top.
with the top. Remember, I told you there'd be a little reveal because we didn't waste that other wood.
So where are we gonna put the screws?
So I'm just going to take this and kind of finger flush it. Matter of fact, you know what? This isn't square right here. Let's go run it on the table saw. Now, before we go, let's get a new measurement. Just to make sure, like an actual. Easy. So we're looking at 12.5 still by 3 7/8 because we saved that wood. It was a 1/4 inch shy or an 1/8 inch shy of what we needed. So we just made the base a tiny bit smaller and used every cent of the wood.
Yeah.
So it's 13 7/8 by 12.5.
Okay, 13 7/8.
Okay. How you doing, Striker Sky? Hit that subscribe button. So 12.5. Hold the wood, please. It's already 12.5. Well, we knew that. That's why we built our other boards that long. Yeah. Now, this must be square because I cut that. So let's just pull from here. And it's 14, you see? Yeah. So what we're going to do, hold this square. I'm going to do this for you just because it's hard to teach. Hold the phone and hold the tape and, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to let this go. Come over here. I got to let this go so that this can slide. Then I pull this. So I pull this here. That lifts it up. And then I can slide this whole thing out. Then I put it back in. Now we were cutting 2x4s, so come over here. We were cutting 2x4s earlier, so I got to drop the blade. And drop the blade just enough to expose all the teeth, right? That's got to get out of the way for a second. We said 13 7/8, right?
Okay. Yep.
So 13 7/8. I'll go just a hair longer to make sure that we stay good. Tight. Okay? So now we get that goofy side that was all messed up. This side here. See how goofy it is?
Yeah.
We're going to cut it and clean it up. See how we're going to clean that edge up?
Yep.
I'm going to go just a hair more. Nice and square, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to take this off. Slide that underneath. Click it in tight. I'm going to drop my blade. I'm going to lift this lever and slide this back. And then pop it back in. Done. Now that table saw is put away, right?
Yep.
So you're going to come over here. And you can screw that down. All right. I'll put X's where you're best. The best areas. So like you don't want to put a screw here,
Yeah.
right? Because there'll be a
So
seam.
maybe like right
Yep.
here?
So we'll go like dead center. You're gonna want to like put one here, 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 here. You know. So we'll do triangle-ish. Can you hold this for a second just while I set it? Okay. And now I'm just finger flushing stuff, trying to get it somewhat where we want it. This is just a stool for your treehouse, so it's nothing, you know, it's got to be right pretty. But, so like right here, we'll put one there, one there, one there, one there, one here, one here, one here, one here. And I think that'll make it nice and tight, right?
Yep.
So, you're gonna need your, watch these, we don't want to kick these off.
Do we need the small screws or the...
Remember, you're gonna want the small screws, how I taught you. Remember, it's in place so we don't want to move it. So you're gonna need this drill.
This drill?
Yep. Move that out of your way. Move them out of your way. Yep. Bring this in. Yep. Stand up. You're gonna want to stand up because you want downforce pressure. All right. Yep. And take your time because you do not want to stab your guide hand with your drill. Remember, clink, 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 clink. So starting it, hold that screw. Yep. Are you in reverse? You're in reverse, dude. Yeah.
Oh.
Try it. No, that you got it. Go the other way. That's my old drill. You got to push real. Remember, I told you plywood is super hard to go into.
Yeah.
You're also using your left hand. You need to put that drill in your right hand.
It'll be a lot easier. Oh my gosh, he's wrapping the screw.
Mm-hmm. You're okay. You're doing absolutely fine. Put the screw on the drill bit before you even try to get fancy with it. Now you got to keep them both at the same exact length. Yeah. There you go. Nice and tight. Easy. A little more. You're going to bury the screw just a little. More. Right there. That's too much. Remember, small clicks. Right? Here we go. Now let's just set this corner so that I don't have to worry about it coming off the center. Remember, you don't want your screw tilted at all. You want to keep that nice and tight. I'll hold it like this. Yes. There you go. That's how I hold it. Nope, that's not a hole. Right here.
Right there.
Yep. Little tiny bit more. Right there. Yep. Like that was too much.
Yeah.
And that's just not enough a little bit. Go ahead a little more. Yep. Push when you drill. You got to push hard. Physically push hard. Yep. A little more. Right there. That's a nice set. Okay. Now come over here and then come over here. So you can do one apiece and then you can... Exactly. Good job. That was very smart of you. Yep. And just do one on each side. That's setting the board. Right? And then you can fill it in later. And remember, that I was showing you was a bad spot to put it. Because it would be right on the seam or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I just missed
But you want to know something cool? If you have a pencil mark you don't like, you just take your Stanley and use it because this whole black thing is an eraser.
I didn't know
See, so you can literally erase all this pencil from the job I used it on.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think that deserves a subscribe and a like, right?
Yes, it does.
You think so, Colb?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and then you just wipe it all off.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, remember, grrr, grrr, grrr. Go. Yeah, a little bit more. Small clutches. Small. Yep. Yes. Right, one more. One more. You got to put it in there like this. All right, it's good. It went in kind of crooked and it stripped a little bit, but that's fine. The more you push down on it, the less it's going to strip. So you got to give it all your weight. Go, go, go. That's it, right there.
Good.
Okay, now fill in the rest.
Okay.
Right? You did a very good job, Cole. She cut all of her boards. Now, I did the table saw because she has baggy shirt on and her hair is down, and that's the last thing I want caught in that table saw. So, this is literally what I'm trying to promote to the world. I want our next generations to understand that tools aren't scary.
They're really not.
This is a 12-year-old little girl, and she's using my professional drill, my professional 12-inch compound miter saw, and my professional 10-inch table saw. Remember, you want to pull that straight now.
I know, I'm trying to reverse it.
Yep. Go straight down. You're just going to force it straight down, nice and strong. Yep, nice and strong. Yes, that's it. Good clutch hit there. Yep. I like the way that you're smart enough to spin it towards you. Makes it a lot easier.
It does.
Yes.
It's kind of hard going like
Wicked. Because you need that forced downward pressure to make that drill work. You want to make it, nice and fancy. Nice and fancy. Yeah, start off slow. Nice little kisses. You just kind of pecking your lip. Like a bird would just kind of peck the wood or pluck the seed. Just nice and easy little plucks, right? And then once you know you're in grain, then you want to hold both hands on the top of the drill. Yeah, you're in grain now. Now hold both hands on the drill. Yes. Yes, just like that. That's it. You see how you instinctively put your hand on the top of this drill? I've seen a woman put a board underneath her cooter, sit down on whatever she was drilling, right? And she held the drill underneath the board. So she got the drill, then the board on top of the drill, and then she tried to sit on the dang thing. And she fell, and I was like, why would that woman think to sit on a board on top of the drill? Like, just put all your weight on your hand. The top of the drill head doesn't move. It doesn't spin. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to be afraid of on this. This don't spin. Just hold it. It's like she thought the top of this would spin on her, and she would no. So anyway, you have a beautiful stand now. You want me to sign it with you?
Sure.
Want to date it and sign it?
Yeah.
All right, so right down here. Yep. You want me to, all right. Here we go. All right. Dad and Colb built. What day is it?
6.
4/6/25.
There you go.
Both of our golden years. It's the 25.
Yeah.
And Aria's.
Yeah.
Yep. Because all of my kids all have the same birthdays on 25. Other than Bella, but she's 12. That's a half of 25. She was born midday 12.
And also Alyssa's 12 too.
Yeah, and Alyssa. So 12/25 is Christmas as well. And that's why my baby's name is Noel.
Middle name is
Middle name is one of them is Noel. 12/25. Not really. I just love the name, but it worked out that our birthdays are on 12 and 25. The whole family. Huh? Bring them all right in. The white ones could probably stay, but it's okay. You just bring them right in there. I put my inventory in there anyway. This is where we've gotten so far, guys. I think she's looking pretty good. Check this out. Look how shiny it is. Shiny gold.
Are you going to do tiling in the bathroom too?
Yeah, hustle. She probably will. Bro. I just want to let you know, whoever just said that, Bella is welcome in my basement anytime. I just reported you for child abuse. That's disgusting. She's a 5-month-old baby. You got to be very careful what you say on YouTube, dude. I don't stand for that crap.
What did they say about that?
She's welcome in my basement anytime. You think you're smart saying that? I promise you, you would not say that to my face. However, you're reported for child abuse because you're disgusting. So you earned it, buddy. Right in here, hon. You can just set it right down on the table saw.
Okay.
All right. Bro, my people will take care of you anyway. I ain't got to say one more word about you. Hey, Mom, thank you. Nana said great job.
Oh, thank you, Nana.
Yep. So there's the stool. That ought to keep her off the ground, huh? Yeah. That was just out of junk wood in my totes here. Right? Mm-hmm. So, do you mind helping me real quick?
I don't mind.
Well, no, you gotta go pick up that stuff.
Yeah.
Either that or like put it in a trash bag or something. You got to put it in a waterproof. You know, you can use a tote, put a lid on it, and that tote will keep all the water out of your stuff.
I know, but I'm just going to bring it inside.
A tote right here with lids.
I know.
You want to bring it all back inside? Yeah. All right. Do you want a tote to keep all your stuff in so that you can bring it all in and out at the same time?
Sure, actually.
All right.
That'll make it a lot easier.
All right. You got to get your hammer because you got, and you can also pull most any of that wood out of there. Just let me know what you're pulling, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of that I do actually have plans for, but it's nothing crazy, you know? So right in here, I have all of them. This ain't all the totes, but it's most of them. I think I have a leak in my septic tank.
It smells like dogs.
No, it smells like septic tank. I hope none of this is breaking the pipes. Because this is my septic entrance is right there. But can you hit that light switch? There you go. Here, just set that stuff down. You don't want that one. That one will work.
Thank you.
And there's a tote lid for you.
Okay.
And that you can literally leave. It's a camp or a hunting secret. You know that. If you can create a cache out in the woods and you don't got to build nothing. All you do is put a tote with a lid on it. You can get the ones with the red lid with the little holdover too. That'll hold it so that it'll never open. The red and black husky ones, black bottom, red lid, and then they got the gray clamps that go up over to hold them tight. Those are my favorite, but they're not as cheap. And we're gonna be moving around a lot. And I also wanted to store stuff because I had a barn, so I bought a lot of totes. So totes are like cheap, and they're the best. So like, if you have to put things in storage, don't put them in cardboard boxes. Use totes, because totes keep mice out and insects out of all of your clothing, out of anything. You won't have any problems with mice, bugs, nothing. And that is another trade secret, especially hunting. You put your hunting clothes in that all year, and it doesn't smell like the barn when you pull them out. And if you want to go in the woods, and let's say you want to go to camp, and you want to keep your fishing poles or something like that, you can take and leave them at the camp. You just leave them in the woods, hidden away in a tote, and everything stays good all year long. You know, the only thing that might hurt would be maybe a tree would fall on them, but you can stop all of that just by putting them around bushes that don't have trees near it or something, you know. But it's a good idea to use totes. Ludi Full Day. How about you just subscribe to the channel, right? And be a nice person. I love you, Cole.
Love you too.
My baby. Love you. Did you have good, fun time with me?
Uh-huh.
I spent some time with you. I had a good time with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
I like you.
Go have fun.
Okay.
And remember, you can keep that stuff out. I don't mind that. It will keep them good.
Okay.
But I would bring the blankets in.
Yeah.
At least get them inside clean and then put them in that tote so that they'll be nice and dry every time you go back out there. All right?
Okay.
That's the tote secret.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Well, that inspired me to do more work, but it's already 4 o'clock and I still have to put some stuff away. So I'm just going to put some, I have to go to my mom's. Well, I don't have to, but we're planning to go to my mom's for dinner later. We're going to have bacon wrapped pork. We love bacon wrapped steak, bacon wrapped chicken, bacon wrapped pork loin. We love. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go have some bacon wrapped pork with all the fixings at Sandra Acorns, and that's her down there. Said 2 of you making comments belong in jail. Yes, they do, and I reported him for child abuse. Don't worry, Mom. Don't worry, he'll be going to jail. He'll be all right. You know, the thing is like freedom of speech, right? But you're talking about a 5-month-old baby. You're disgusting. Mom, he's probably a virgin. He's never even seen anything in his life, so. And he's probably 10 years old and has no clue what he's talking about. Or, to be honest, it could just be an aggressive bot. You know, just a sexually hyper-aggressive computer bot that's making us lose our mind. So, I don't even care. I just had a great time with my kid. I taught her how to build a stool, taught her how to use a drill, taught her how to use the table saw and the chop saw. It was fun. It's a lot of fun. I like to keep this guide. I like to keep that guide lifted. It just gets in my way. So we gotta slide this over. Gotta lock this in. I want to lock that in so it doesn't reciprocate. Now I want to take that off. Pull this out. We're going to put this cord in here. So tomorrow, whoops. Oh man, I just hit that friggin' ceiling. See, this is what happens when you go to work sloppy and tired. This is what happens when you get rushing. When you're rushing to do something. Or at least me. Every time I rush, I break something. Every single time. If I slow down and I'm nice and copacetic, everything goes smooth. Remember, guys. Remember this. Love yourself, love your God, love your family, and be a good person. It's not hard to do, to just be nice. And subscribe to my channel. Whoopsies. I heard. There it went. Yeah. Before we leave, I gotta grab my keys and lock this up. Ah, there we go. Cool. Cool. We got it done. Dude looks like a lady. Dude look like a lady. Hey. You guys want to see progress in the bathroom? And my puppy dog. Hey, pup. I'm training him. I'm training him to shed hunt. He'll hunt. He'll hunt down all the antlers that the deer drop. Deer, I love hunting deer. That was my garage. You guys like that? So from here over, these were my good friends, very, very good friend. But all of those from there over was all mine. Anyway, so this is what we got. I took the shelf out. I cleaned it out really well. My tile is right there. Got my laser level out. Got all my tools ready. So tomorrow I'm going to hit that. And then as soon as everything's dried up, hopefully tomorrow we'll dry everything up outside good. And then the next day I'm going to go build stairs at my mom's house. So it will be a great time. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to spend some time with my other daughters. And I appreciate everybody. And then I'm going to, in about an hour, I'm going to head over to my mother's. My parents, my mom and dad's, for dinner. Keep all my tools here. Hell, I'll even keep the hat there. Hey, she hasn't been able to do any laundry, so we're stacked up. But that's going to look way better tomorrow. And she's doing a deep clean on the couch cushions as well, so we have all the couch cushions ready to soak. But right here, see that? That's loose. I sanded all this down. So there's quite a bit that I gotta basically, I have to go through and fix. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. How's this? Did you know that my father's side of my DNA, his ancestors came here on the Mayflower, like the Mayflower, the Plymouth Rock. And the book Come Spring is about my family. Kind of neat. Jesus loves everybody, even the evil. They just have to repent. That's all. Thank you guys for the gifts. This is the first slave traders. I don't think they had slaves on there. They went there and they tried to cut down trees and they plowed fields with oxen and like met with the Indians. Like I have local native blood in me too. They married into the Indian tribe and they became partners in economy. They created the town Union in Maine. They named it Union. Right? That was a little later, but still. Slave traders. Here we go. Anyway, guys, I'm checking out. Thank you guys. Hit the subscribe button, please. I appreciate everybody's time. I had a good time with my daughter building the stool, checking out her treehouse. Now I'm going to hang out with the baby, possibly Aria if she comes out of her room. Thank you. See ya.